Last seen 9 days ago, 12 boys and their coach are trapped in the flooded caves.
Hello?
Hey, you're here.
How many of you?
13.
13!
They're all alive.
Can we go out now?
So my first question is for Ron. Ron, you've worked with adapting a lot of true stories to the big screen, and recently you've even made some documentaries. I found this amazing. So I would like to know, how was it for you to be back working, fictionalizing true stories, and this time with this case that is so recent, that was a global social event that mobilized so many people around the world?
Well, it had the advantage of a lot of people for whom the event was very fresh. They really remembered the details, whether we were talking to the divers or others who we could interview. But I was very grateful to have had my recent experience working on documentaries as we approached this subject. And the cinematographer, Sayampu Mukti Pram, he's also had a great deal of experience in the documentary world as well as scripted projects. I wanted that urgency and that aesthetic and that sense of sort of discovering this story for the audience, to feel like they were, alongside these characters, make it feel exciting and compelling and revealing.
Cool. And do you think that is for you as a director that did so many projects, you feel more realized working with documentaries? That was something that was new for you, or working adapting those true stories? What is more exciting for you?
They work hand in hand. What I'm finding is that the documentaries are very satisfying, but it's a different kind of process. It's even more collaborative. It's more of an act of discovery, and satisfies my curiosity. But I'm learning, and developing a kind of a sensibility that I'm finding has a positive impact on what I'm doing in scripted work. So for me, I love the process. I love connecting what I can learn about a story, whatever the genre or the tone, it's entertainment values and connecting them with audiences. And I felt like there was a lot of interesting ground to cover in this story to make it compelling, suspenseful, and emotional and surprising as well.
They're very, very dangerous.
High water level and the low visibility.
Barely shoulder wide, pulling against very strong currents.
So Billy, you were born in Thailand, and the story happened in your country, even though you had a hand from so many people all around the world. So what was the most important thing about this story that you thought, well, I really need to get this right for the movie?
So actually, we work around the core message about their humanity coming together and make things happen, the good things happen. But from my side, because I'm a Thai filmmaker, my responsibility is to represent Thailand in the authentic way. And we did research into the northern culture. It happened in the north of Thailand, which has its own culture, its own dialect, its own context. So we just need to make sure that we research into that well enough to make the world building. And I think we did it successfully. If you have a chance to watch the film, we contribute with a lot of cultural artifacts to make this world building credible and make the people who are living in the scene like they are there. So I think that is the important task for me. And one thing to mention is that the spiritual belief in Thailand, because we have a lot of concept about karma, doing the good thing and bad thing. And doing the good karma is something driving people around that community to sacrifice themselves to help the boys. And I think it is something portrayed in this cinema.
Thanks a lot, guys. Congratulations on the film. Until the next one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So you are expecting casualties?
Yes, I expect casualties.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Bruno. Hey, Bruno.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? Yeah.
Awesome. So I would like to start with a question to Tom. We're surrounded with bad news, and sometimes it seems that if the story is tragic, it gets even more traction on social media, on the internet. But this time we had a happy ending. So what's your thoughts on this, on we having a story, this awesome rescue mission that you guys are representing in the movie?
I think just that, what you said, we do have so much negativity, and I'm not entirely sure what that is, man. Like that our obsession with the fear and the danger. But I think what's amazing is the overwhelming feeling of joy. It feels so much more powerful, stories of joy. I think there's something sort of so small, I think, in stories of fear and pain.
It's insane. It's unethical. It's illegal.
Man's already died.
Because this story could very easily have been that. It could have been a horrible, tragic story. But the power of this collection of people coming together to overcome against every adversity. We see it in movies. It's why we go and see movies, you know, fictional movies. So for this to be real, just makes it feel so special and almost otherworldly, I think.
This film is a reminder at our core, I think our humanity actually is bright and shiny and willing to be selfless. And I'm just so happy that this story exists in a time like we've been living through right now. It's a reminder that we should cooperate and that we are better when we act together.
Sometimes that the human race is incredible and are able to do amazing things, like going in a drowned cave and rescuing 13 children. So I was wondering if you felt the same with your part on this epic mission, if Joe wants to start.
Dr. Harry has two separate passions in life, you know, two specific things. He's interested in cave rescue, diving, and he has a medical background. That the intersection of those two things at the right time in the right place put him in a position where suddenly the hope and expectation of the world was placed on his shoulders. Like, be involved in a crucial way you could help rescue these kids. It's like, I have such an admiration for that. I hope that if I was ever in a position where I could help other people in a significant way, that I would do it.
And I was struck by that with my first conversation with Chris. He was so modest about, I said, man, you're a fucking hero. Like, you're an actual hero. He said, no. He goes, look, all that happened was if it had been a fire, it would have been someone else saving it. If it had been a landslide or a mountain rescue, it would be someone else. He goes, it just so happened that we're the only people in the world that could do it. But they still did it. And what's amazing watching the film, and I think Ron's done such an amazing job of, is really getting into that world of what it was like in the cave, how dangerous it was, how turbulent at all times, and it was ever changing. There was never one run that was simple. They could have done one run and gone, do you know what, that's too hard, I can't do that, I'm really sorry, I'm out. None of them did. And it's so inspiring. And the privilege of playing someone like that, of holding a candle up to their bravery and beauty, was just a constant daily reminder of how amazing human beings are.
Amazing, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good one.